This is Mrs. McManick, your S.O.A.R. teacher. I'm missing you so much. I hope you're doing wonderful. Thank you so much to all of you who have sent in videos and emails, pictures about the activities you've been doing on the choice boards. Keep them coming. It's so exciting to see. So today we're going to do a few activities with the moon. So here we go. This book is called Papa, Please Get the Moon for Me, and it is by Eric Carle. Before Monica went to bed, she looked out of her window and saw the moon. The moon looked so near. I wish I could play with the moon, thought Monica, and reached for it. But no matter how much she stretched, she could not touch the moon. Papa, said Monica to her father, please get the moon for me. Papa got a very long ladder. He carried the very long ladder toward a very high mountain. Then Papa put the very long ladder on top of the very high mountain. See him climbing up? Up and up and up he climbed. Finally, Papa got to the moon. My daughter Monica would like to play with you, said Papa, but you are much too big. Every night I get a little smaller, said the moon. When I am just the right size, you can take me with you. And indeed, the moon got smaller and smaller and smaller. When the moon was just the right size, Papa took it. Down and down and down he climbed. Here, said Papa to Monica, I have the moon for you. Jumped and danced with the moon. She hugged the moon and threw it into the air. But the moon kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And finally it disappeared altogether. Then one night Monica saw a thin sliver of the moon reappear. Each night the moon grew and grew and grew. One of your choice board activities this time is to go outside at night and record the moon phases. So you can go out at night on a clear night and see what it looks like. Sometimes you can still see it in the morning. If you're not able to go outside, then you can look on your computer. A lot of weather apps will have it, or you can just search what the moon phase was for that night and you can draw it. So I'm going to show you a easy calendar, one way that you could do it. All right. So I'm just going to take a piece of paper and I'm going to make some squares in here so that I can do my recording. All right, so if you go outside tonight and you could just write the date up in the corner. So let's say it's the 4th, and you can draw a circle of the moon in each one if you want, or you can do it as you go, and then you can just color in what you see. So if I see a crescent moon, or if I see a full moon, or if I see a new moon and I don't see anything at all, I could leave it blank, or I could color it in. So again, this is just one way that you could do it. But I would love to see, if you do a calendar, what your results are, and see if there's any patterns that you notice after you gather your information. Right.
Jump break. Why couldn't the astronaut get a room on the moon? Because it was full. That jumped over space. The cow that jumped over the moon. Thank you.
Here is a fun and delicious moon activity. For this, you need a piece of paper or a plate or anything to put stuff on. You need at least 2 Oreos, maybe a toothpick or a little plastic knife or something. And that's pretty much it. I took a piece of paper and I drew an Earth-like object on it. And now I am going to do my moon phases. So, bring you down here. Okay, with your Oreo, you can carefully twist it off and try to keep your icing on one side. So, on this side, I don't have anything there. I'm going to try to scrape this, or I can actually just flip it over. So right here, I have a new moon. Now, my moon is going to grow, right? So, I can take the other side, and I'm going to take it apart, and I'm going to take off half of the icing. My cookie just broke. And I can put that over here, and I now have my first quarter. And the other side, if I have half of my icing, can be my third quarter. And then, of course, I need a full moon. So that one is going to be over here. Then if I want, I could get, if I had another Oreo, I could make one over here. And that would be a crescent. Over here, it gets a little bit bigger. You would see all of that before it gets to the full moon. It's called a gibbous moon. And then it's going to switch sides, right? And I would have my little crescent also. So there you can have your Oreo moon phases, and when you're all done, you can eat them. Enjoy! So if you don't have any Oreos, another option, besides just drawing it, which you can totally do, is to use Play-Doh if you have any. So I just got a black piece of paper so you can see it. It'll pop up, and I have some yellow Play-Doh. Now when we start with a new moon, you can't see anything, so I'm just going to keep a blank space here. And then as it grows, it's waxing. So when it's waxing, you're going to see more light on the right side. So I'm going to go in this direction, and it's a new moon. And now I have a first quarter moon, so it's half of a moon. And then if I keep going, it's going to be a full moon. And then it's going to start disappearing, and I'm going to have a third quarter moon. And then it's going to go back to a new moon. And again, if you want to fill in more, you can make some crescents. So a new moon, I would get a tiny bit of light on the right, and then it for a crescent, and then it would grow into a first quarter. And then I would have almost a full moon, but I would be missing a little bit of it. So it's going to look something kind of like that. And again, I'm just going to continue. So then after my full moon, a little bit will disappear, and then I have my third quarter, and then I would have another crescent with only a tiny bit left, and then I would have a new moon. So these are just some fun activities that you can do at home. If you have some sidewalk chalk, you could go draw it outside. You could color with crayons. You could do anything. But go check out the moon tonight, what phase it is.